remember last week...
I said hold it!
That's better. Now, if you remember last week while being pursued by Marshall Brennan, Uncle Martin and Tim had to rescue Loralei from some very shady characters in a saloon. A fight ensued and...
For the last time, hold it!
Anyway, as they started to make their getaway, they were captured by Marshall Brennan. Before Uncle Martin could raise a levitating finger, he found himself being handcuffed, along with Tim, and both were led away to jail, leaving Loralei to fend for herself in the wild, wild West.
And to the already existing charge of counterfeiting, I'm adding breaking jail, grand theft, assaulting an officer, and inciting to riot. Be my guest.
Uncle Martin, I'm cognizant that arts and crafts are great therapy for prison life, but would you mind putting down that pencil and paper and talking to me? I'm worried.
Chin up, Tim. We're not licked yet.
Oh, well, that's great advice, which might be appreciated by a postage stamp. Me? I'd prefer something just a little more substantial. Here we are in St. Joe, Missouri.
I'm quite aware of that.
In 1849.
All we have to do is get back to California and the time machine.
Don't you think you're oversimplifying the problem? It's not the same as following the yellow brick road.
Tim.
First, we get arrested by Brennan's great-grandfather for spending 2 perfectly legitimate Roosevelt dimes.
Tim.
And then we get away from him. We run into Mrs. Brown's great-grandmother. She gets robbed, we get blamed for it.
Tim.
I know. All we have to do is get our money back to her, then get her to California. Otherwise, there won't be a Mrs. Brown. But here we are in jail.
Are you finished?
Yes.
Good. Now, if you'll kindly extract yourself from the mire of self-pity that you've been wallowing in, I'd like to discuss our escape.
Escape? Why didn't you say so?
Because trying to interrupt you is more impossible than trying to have the last word with an echo. Now, you better take this first. What is it? It's a map showing where the time machine is and how to locate it by 1849 landmarks. I want you to have it just in case anything happens to me on the way. With it, at least you can return in time.
Well, Uncle Martin,
Let's dispense with the sentiment. I'm not dying on the trail yet. Now, to get out of here.
do you mean that you could have opened that at any time?
The problem wasn't getting us out. It's getting Brennan in. We've got to make sure that we get a good head start.
Oh, you mean you're going to incarcerate him?
Exactly. All right, Tim, the door's open. If the marshal tries to stop us, we'll jump him. He can't get us both at the same time.
I can't I? Don't either of you move. And how'd you get that door open?
Simple from in here, sir. The lock's catch doesn't hold.
Oh, it doesn't, does it? Okay. Out there, where I can keep an eye on you. Get out there! There. That'll hold it.
Marshall, you're absolutely right. That lock works fine. Goodbye now. We've got to catch a train.
You come back! Come back! Stop or I'll shoot! Stop or I'll shoot!
I could just scream.
I sure hope they don't find him till we're a long way out of town.
Yeah, well, the odds are in our favor. The sheriff of St. Joe's away for 2 days, and I doubt if anyone else has reason to inspect those cells.
What do you know, Pete? They done escaped from jail again. Can't say they ain't got a lot of spirit.
Well, I'm more worried if they still got that money they want from me in the poker game.
This one's cleaner than a turkey on Thanksgiving Day.
This one ain't got a dime. What's this? That's a map. California, see? Los Angeles.
Map? Mine? That's a map to a gold mine. It's gotta be. That X is where you start digging. We're gonna be rich, man.
You want everybody to know?
What about them?
Well, now, we just can't clutter up the streets of St. Joe with criminals lying around.
Oh, well, it's about time. I was beginning to think you'd sleep through breakfast, too.
Breakfast?
Oh, well, careful, careful there. You've each got a lump on the back of your heads the size of a silver dollar. What happened to you, anyway?
Exactly what we'd like to know, dear lady. How did we get here?
Oh, well, I sort of stumbled over you on the way back to my wagon. Some of my neighbors were nice enough to help carry you here. After all, I did feel I owed you something for getting me the money for this wagon and all.
A gesture we greatly appreciate, I assure you.
Well, I think you better rest a mite more while I get some more cold water for your heads.
You know, Uncle Martin, it couldn't have been robbery, because we didn't have a thing on us. Uncle Martin? The map. It's gone.
Are you sure?
I'm positive, yeah.
Whoever took that map is undoubtedly under the illusion it's a map indicating a gold strike.
A gold strike? Oh, brother. Boy, is he going to be surprised when he digs...
When he digs up the CCTBS and not knowing what it is, they might very easily destroy it. Tim, we've got to find whoever took that map.
That's fine. Where do we start looking?
In the most logical place. If they're going to California, they must be on this train. Miss Glutz. My nephew and I were just wondering if you perhaps could use a couple of extra hands.
Oh, good heavens, no. One for each arm is plenty, thank you.
What my uncle meant was perhaps you could use some help on your wagon.
Because after all, even though you will be with the train, it's still a mighty perilous journey for a lone woman to make.
Oh, well, I'm sure I'll be quite safe. And besides, I'm afraid I've spent all of my...
Money? Don't even mention the word. Food and lodging will suffice, ma'am. Now, you just go inside and relax. We'll take care of everything from here on. All right, Tim, hitch up the team, check the water barrels, make sure the wheels and axles have been greased.
Uncle Martin,
Yes?
now that you've helped Loralei, would you mind telling me where I can get some extra hands? What are you doing, mass mind reading?
I'm still trying to locate who on this train has our map.
Well, that shouldn't be too hard. All you have to do is find somebody who can't think about anything else but claiming a gold mine in California.
That's the trouble. This is 1849, and everybody down there is thinking the same thing.
Did it ever occur to you that the guys that took that map may not be on this train?
Tim, it is highly unlikely that they were set out cross-country from Missouri all by themselves.
You may be right, but boy, those guys are sure keeping themselves under wraps. Oh, I'm tired. I'm going to turn in. How about you?
Huh? No, thanks. I think I'll stay up and read a while.
Oh, Tim, I wonder if you'd mind doing me a favor and taking this pie to the Harrisons for me. They're about 4 or 5 wagons back.
Well, sure, Miss Gloss. Cream pie, huh? Well, what kind of, That's sour cream.
Well, of course, silly. It's a sweet and sour cabbage pie.
You're pulling my leg.
Oh, heavens, no. Maybe your pants are caught in your boot.
I told you it was them, Pete. You think they know we're on the train?
No, we've kept out of sight real good. Besides, they can't prove we took that map.
We still ought to fill them so full of holes that you can't mail them home. Get rid of them once and for all.
What, and have the whole wagon train down on our necks? Red, don't let your mind go wandering. It's too small to go out by itself. Wait a minute. I've got a real practical way to keep them fellas from bothering us.
Tim, wake up. What? Loralei. Huh? Loralei, she's gone.
Huh?
Forget about the map or trying to get the gold mine, or you'll never see your lady friend again. You know, Uncle Martin, it's times like these when things look darkest and the whole world looks like it's going to cave in, that men like us have to pull our shoulders back and raise our heads to the heavens and shout, I want my mother. Anything?
Tim, I've got my human vibrational scanner open all the way, and nary a ping nor a pong.
Oh, fine.
But cheer up. Remember, today's gray clouds are tomorrow's blue skies.
Uncle Martin, if there's one thing I don't need right now, it's a weather report.
Tim, I pinged.
Good for you.
I pinged again. And now I ponged.
I'm standing here burning to a crisp, and you're playing ping pong.
Tim, you don't understand. 2 pings and a pong. The pong is undoubtedly Loralei.
Well, come on. What are we waiting for? Let's go.
Looks like we got here just in time. They're about to break camp.
Yeah, but how are we going to stop them? They've got guns, we haven't.
The odds are slightly uneven, I admit. However, they'll just have to suffer the consequences.
Uncle Martin, aren't you a little mixed up? I said that they have the guns.
Only guns. We have far greater weapons to turn against them. Their own minds.
What are you going to do, mow them down with a headache?
Almost. A well-aimed shot of delusionary illusion should send them running. Fear, Tim, is a much greater destructive force than gunpowder. Now, let's see. I should have something in my historical motion picture bank to turn against them. Something that I could project. Yes, of course, now.
Boy, you sure must have some crazy shooting galleries back home.
My, what in the world made them run off like that?
What in the world, indeed? I'm afraid that'll always be a mystery, Loralei.
Uncle Martin? Uncle Martin, you are a genius. They took off so fast they didn't even take the map. Say, Uncle Martin, Do you have any more movies in that mental motion picture bank of yours?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, well then, you have some westerns with Indians in them, don't you?
yes.
Well, turn it off, will you, please?
What are you talking about? It is off.
It is?
Yes?
Well, then, take a look what's on the live stage.
You have money, pay. You have money, pay.
Well, I don't dig the lyric, but I have a funny feeling they're playing our song.
Yes, they are. Our swan song.
What? You mean you speak their language?
Just enough to get by on. I'm really much better at Comanche.
Well, do something. Tell them we're friends.
Tim, these are Yuma Indians, one of the most treacherous tribes in the West. They aren't interested in developing their social life.
There's got to be something you can do.
Well, our only chance is for me to get out there and convince the medicine man to let us go.
Well, just how do you intend to do that?
By following the ancient adage I started a long time ago. If you can't lick 'em, join 'em.
Hey, what about me?
Well, I'm afraid you'll have to stay here for a while, Tim. I've got to go this alone.
Well, look who's here.
O'Hara. So the Indians got you, too.
Oh, Marshall, you have a remarkable sense of observation.
I understand they got a woman prisoner, too. Say, where's your partner?
Uncle Martin. Well, he...
Managed to get away and save his own skin. I figured him to be a coward. I tell you.
Marshall, they say that talk is cheap. You must get yours wholesale.
Come. Great warrior spirit, come down from sun. Where are the paleface? Yahi! Trigger! Other paleface gone. Escape. Yeah!
Easy, Tim. It's only me.
Uncle Martin? What are you doing in that getup?
Playing the great warrior spirit. Come down in person to get his sacrifices.
Golden hair. Hangs nice from Spirit's belt.
Oh, go on with ya. I bet you tell that to all the squad.
I'll take all three of them.
But what of other paleface who ran away? You wait. We catch.
Forget him. You can owe me one. Oh.
Well, they're not marching me out to get scalped. Not without a fight, anyway.
Well, you did it this time, Brennan, and I almost had us out of here. Waka, what she do here? How? This is no time for a question and answer period.
Take Loralei and two of those horses and head for Fort Yuma.
Oh, sure.
Tim and I'll try to decoy them here. You stay here, Tim. There. That should freeze them temporarily.
How temporarily?
In this heat, they could thaw out in no time at all. Come on.
Well, you think we lost them?
I think so. Our best chance is to make it to the CCTVS before anyone makes it to us.
Yeah, but what about Brennan and Loralei?
She should be in Yuma by now, and I hope we've lost Brennan as easily as we did those Indians.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Marshal. We'll see that Miss Glutz reaches her destination safely.
Fine. Now, there's only one more request I have, Colonel. I'd like a detail of your men to help me bring in my prisoners, if the Indians didn't get them first.
Oh, but, William, they helped us to escape.
Now, Loralei, a lawman's job isn't always a pleasant one, but it has to be done.
Marshal, my men are at your disposal.
Sure that this is where Mrs. Brown's house is supposed to be?
Of course I'm sure. Right over there is Wilshire Boulevard, and that's Sunset Boulevard up that way. That should make this the Hancock Park area.
Oh, of course. How silly of me.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Tim, we're getting company. Look.
Holy cow! They must have picked up a lot of friends on the way.
If you think that's something, look over there.
Martin, what are we gonna do?
Find that CCTVS and fast. This won't hold for long.
Here, Tim! Here it is, hurry!
Well, it looks all right. I just hope the elements haven't corroded any of the parts.
Uncle Martin, this is no time to test it. Here they come again!
Oh. All right, cross your fingers, Tim, and bon voyage.
Uncle Martin, I'm right here, Tim. What happened? Did we make it?
But if we can clear this smoke away, I think we're home.
I found a door. Uncle Martin? Uncle Martin, we made it!
Yeah. Yes, but I'm afraid the CCTVS is a bit worn. The corrosion of some of its parts from overexposure has caused quite a bit of short-circuiting.
That's too bad. Can you repair it?
Yes, it'll take some time, but I can do it.
Well, the important thing is we're both back. We're safe and sound.
Boy, this food looks pretty, ugh.
I feel like a hot shower, you know? Hey, what say you barbecue a couple of king-size steaks?
Good idea. I'll get them out of the freezer right this minute.
Uncle Martin?
Yes, Tim?
How long do you think it'll take to fix that time machine?
Oh, it'll take a couple of weeks. Give or take a day or so.
Well, then I suggest you set another place at the table.
How do you like yours? Medium? Rare? Well done?